Just to let you know that before we really get into the LAMP application, there under the settings part of LAMP and TouchChat HD, there's a lot of similarities. They're almost identical in a lot of ways. And for the video, for what we're doing, we're planning to do little short snippets of each section and put it on the website. I will be going over those options again today in the settings. And so I apologize, but it's going to help us make a better product for the training. So we'll go through that. I'll probably go through it faster than I did yesterday, and we'll get through that just fine. And then there's some new things that we'll go over with the LAMP Words for Life, and we will get to that. And there, okay, there's my notes. All right. So let's go into the first page. So by the end of the training today, you should be able to know how to identify individuals that will benefit from using this app. It's a very specific app, and it can help a group of individuals with speech language disabilities. And we'll teach you how to personalize the vocabulary, and we'll teach you how to maximize use of the application for phone communication. We'll get more, we've talked about the phone communication, but today we're actually going to create a page in LAMP for phone communication as well. So considerations for this app. So if somebody wants to use this application, it really helps if they have experience with the Unity language that was created years ago. It's designed to be more of a muscle reflex where you move your arm and your hand, and your muscle tone helps direct you where to go on the page, because the buttons with the language are always in the same place. And we'll go into the 3 different vocabularies that they have. And if you can remember yesterday, TouchChat HD with word power has probably about 40 to 50 different languages or button sets that you can use, where LAMP only has 3. So the consumer that's using this application should be have the ability to select the buttons on an 84 button grid and be able to navigate those. The benefit of this application is its consistent layout of the icons, and then it has a vocabulary builder that is used to help train youth or children or adults in using the application. With LAMP, the goal is to help with the core word vocabulary. There's, like I said, there's 3 words here, or 3 different vocabularies that you can choose from, but they all start with the same pictures. And the core words, there's 82 core words on the first vocabulary. It's called 84 one-hit, and with that you get 82 options to speak, period. I can touch any button on the screen and it stays on that screen, and it doesn't go anywhere, with 2 exceptions. If you click on one of the buttons I'll show you later, it goes to mom and dad. You can add mom and dad into that. So that is the one hit. And then you can get into the transition, and you're transitioning from 82 core words to 84, or excuse me, the 84 transition, which has 205 words. And so when you click certain buttons on the home screen, you'll see a new page appear up, and you see the remaining words to continue the sentence, or to really get into what the individual wants to communicate. Now, same as TouchChat, these pages have green buttons, blue, orange, and yellow buttons. The green buttons are always verbs. The blue buttons are always adjectives. And orange equals nouns, and yellow equals pronouns. So those are the straight across. We mute the phone?
Yeah, somebody's got background noise going.
Yeah. So thank you. So selecting a vocabulary. All right, so let's go on to the next page. Let's see, do I have? All right, so we're going for one hit, 82 words. The transition has 205 words, and then the 84 full version has over 3,000 words for the consumer to use. All right, let's try out the vocabularies. All right, so with storing custom vocabulary, again, they give us 3 options to use, and they're locked like they were yesterday. And to unlock them, we need to go to the vocab file listing by choosing vocabulary in the top left of your application screen, and then select choose new vocabulary. And on the right, there's a menu vocabulary button, or called menu, and that's in the header. And then we're going to select a copy of vocabulary. And then once we choose on copy of vocabulary, we're going to select the vocabulary file we want to copy. We're going to provide a new tile and then select save. So let's give that a try. Let's get there real quick, and we're going to go into the LAMP application, and we're going to go ahead and start with the choose new vocabulary, and then we're going to hit the menu button, and we're going to copy a vocabulary, and we're going to choose the LAMP Words for Life, WFL, Words for Life, one hit. And then we can say, I have it down below as one hit, but for this purpose, we'll just say one hit, and I'll save it. So if I come down here, you can see the one hit, but I'm going to choose the Kevin LAMP Words for Life one hit up here. So now that we're in the vocabulary, we've been able to save a new title, and now we can edit the pages. We'll go into the page editing a little bit. Now, one of the features that the application has, and let's go back to my PowerPoint, I want to show you that, is the word finder. You can, in the menu, select a word, or select menu, and then spelling button, and then select word finder. And then a screen will pop up, and it'll ask you, what word do you want to find? And then you can select find button, or type in the word, and then select find. And then once you do that, it'll help you identify which keys to activate. Let's practice this. So now keep in mind that we are in the one hit, but to use the word finder, we can click on menu, click on word finder, and see there's a box that comes up. It says word finder. And if I click inside the field, I can ask for, let's do something a little simpler, car. Let's look to see if the word car is there. And once I push on the word, click on the word find, the button find, the word is not found. Okay, well, why isn't the word found? Well, it's 84 word vocabulary, and everything on this page that we see is one button. And that's all we get. Is it love?
Love. Follow.
Where did I see all? If I click on the word all, it shows mom and dad. That is the only option that we have to show this this new pages here. So if we click on all, again, I'll hold it down. Actually, just automatically jumps there. We have mom and dad. So we can choose a mom or dad, and then once we do that, it should go back to the previous page. And we're back to our 84 core word vocabulary. Okay. And once we use this vocabulary, we have the ability to limit how to use the video, or how to limit how many buttons on this page. So we can narrow the buttons that are seen, and we'll go into that shortly. So now we found all the buttons on this page. We've clicked on word finder. We didn't have luck finding the word car there. So let's change the vocabulary to the transition page. So I've already created a page. It's called Kevin LAMP Words for Life Transition. And this one's going to have the 205 words. And let's go back up to the menu, word finder, and let's see if car is there. Find. Not the word car. Let's change it to food. Search for the word food. Click on the button find. Not there. So they're still limited on the word finder. You can see that because it's only 205 words, there's not a lot that you can see. So, but if I click on the all button again, which is a couple rows down and it has the picture of the family, instead of having just mom and dad as my options, I also have the word let and already there. I can push go back button there, clear the screen, and I can create more options there. Let's see, let me catch up with my slides. And sound. Okay. So when I talk, so the C is the transition there. And when I clicked, so let me do that again. When I pushed on the word I in yellow, I had to push it twice. So it's teaching me how to go around. I hear.
Here.
And let's see. So I can go through and try and find the word noise. I hear big noise and go through there. Some of the options in this page that start becoming more relevant are the grammar words. Let me clear this page off. So on the second row, there is it's the interjection button, and it looks like a firework with the word please on top of it. And if you push on that, this is going to show you some interjections and the words to pop into conversations. And as we go into the next version, it'll show more options as well. When I click on the button to its right of please or the firework button, I get a wizard. And it looks like he's doing some kind of sparkle magic as he goes with the word that at the top. And I click on that, and it gives you more words that help that are more like this, that, these, and those type words that are determiners. And then when I keep going to the right, I get to the train. For the old people, they remember the conjunction function on the Saturday morning cartoons. You know, these words bring sentences and other words together. And they use words like and, but, and because. The next big button that brings everything together and helps the transition of language is the preposition button. And that is the bridge that is bridging two different worlds or two different lines together. And if you click on that, it gives you more options, and you can click on the cloud objects that can go on, below, through the bridge. And these are the prepositions that help us communicate. Now the question words that we have come with the what and the question mark. There, if we click on that, we have the option to add who, what, when, where, and why questions in there, and be able to, you know, start the questions out on our pages as well. And then the last button that we have is there. Over here on the right, it's a plane that's holding a banner behind it, and these are the adverbs that are in this language that we have. They're like very, the words very, ever, and ready. So those are just some helps to get you to more language to make your sentence structure more complete. Now, just like yesterday, when you're in the menu, you can go to settings and you can work on the voice and change the voice. It has the same kind of speech editing headers that we had before that are in a gray bar, and then we can choose the voice. And right now I have Ivy, a child, chosen. And you know, and today I'm not feeling like a child, I'm feeling a little older today. So I'm going to download the voice called Joey. He's an English male, American male. So I'm downloading the voice, hopefully it goes quick. And then we can go ahead and choose and select that voice right there. And if you have some voices that you would like to download, please feel free to go ahead and download the voice. And a new voice was installed. I click on OK on the pop-up box, but now I'm going to choose my voice. And now my voice is named Joey. So let's actually hear his voice. Did you guys hear that? I didn't hear it. And my volume's turned
No,
up.
we didn't hear it.
So let's go back. Oh, here we go. I'll click on Joey. There, let's do the.
Hi, I'm Joey, one of the available high-quality text-to-speech voices. Select download now to install my voice.
So did you hear that okay?
Yes, he sounds nice.
Good. So now you can see we have a plethora of other voices to choose from. The ones with the cloud on them, you can download for free. Any of them that have a button with a shopping cart, you can purchase for an additional price from the company. Down below, we also have Spanish voices that are available for free and purchase that you can download to transition into the Spanish language files that we have coming up. So we've selected a voice. We're still in settings, and now let's go ahead and go into the button clicks and sounds. So if we scroll down a little bit more, we can, let's see, here we go, towards the bottom, under the gray section header that says buttons, we can activate on release like we did yesterday. We can do the dwell time where the consumer needs to hold their finger on the button for a fraction of a second. There we go. And then they can do it. We can blank button fill color. We can make it so right now the colors are white or blank. We can fix that to a different color. We can change all of them or some of them. And then the button margins. I thought this was cool, and this is available in touch chat. So let's choose a 10 point, and we're doing the button margin. I'm choosing a 10 point. If I click on that, see there's little boxes and frames that come around it, each of the buttons, a little kind of picture frame that develops. Sometimes when we're using the LAMP application, we have consumers that have limited motor function, and they require a little extra space so they don't mix between the two buttons, or sometimes they have a plastic guard that can go over the top. It really helps get the right button pressed at the right time. So those are some other options for you in the editor page. Are there any questions so far? So in a lot of cases, we don't want the child or the individual to make changes to the files, delete things, move things around. So in that case, you can do a passcode, and always use something that the participant doesn't know, but that's easy to remember. If you're setting the passcode, I would recommend using the same passcode for all of your iPads. The family member should write it down. I can't tell you how many times they've forgotten, and I'm not sure how to go around getting the password reset if it's forgotten. So always make sure it's something that can be remembered by the family. Okay. And so we've done over the sound setting buttons, turning off. We can find editing an existing button. So if I come into the all button right here, I can click on the menu button, and then I can edit page. There it is. And I can click on the dad button, edit this button, and then I can scroll through the pages and see what dads they have available for me. And I can select an image. I can import an image Let's go import from camera. Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to take another picture. So let's say import image library, and we'll do Kevin's funny face, and we'll move and scale. That's good. Use. So now we have Kevin's funny face, and we can name this as Kevin. And I think we called it silly yesterday. Done, and save. So now whoever's using that wants to talk to dad, they can click that button and associate that button with their father's face. Okay. Kind of buzzing through this pretty fast today. Okay, so we talked about the communication over speakerphone. You know, some of you received an iPad that has the black OtterBox on it, and then we also have the iPads that have the white handle, like it's pictured here. Or actually, let me go into the picture. This is called, what's pictured here is, it's a protective case for the iPad, but it's called a chat wrap. And the chat wrap has Bluetooth technology for a speaker, and you can connect the iPad with the chat wrap, and the chat wrap will amplify what's being spoken on the iPad. If you're in a loud room, it's helpful to have a loud speaker there to help with the communication needs of the individual. Let's go on. We've done the distance communication. You want to make sure that people can hear you and you can hear them, and the different vocalizations over the phone. And then this is what we really need to work on a little bit, I think, today. So we've gone through these screens, and speed up the communication, accurate. So at the grocery store, you may want to ask the clerk, hey, where can I find the apples? Or where can I find the dill pickles? And if you have a phone script set up where you can fill in the blank, where can I find, and then go to another button to say dill pickles or lettuce or pizza toppings, you can do that. So let's try and do a phone script together today. So when we are in the phone script, let's see, page isn't shown right. But anyways, so we'll go into the actual LAMP application, and let's make a phone script. So we're going into LAMP. We're going to change our vocabulary, and so we're going to choose vocabulary, choose new vocab, and we want to do the LAMP Words for Life full. And everybody should be copying the full vocabulary and relabeling it so that you can edit in here. So let's take a minute and have everybody go ahead and do that. All right, so hopefully everybody's there, or will be there shortly. And this is the main page of the full vocabulary for LAMP. This is the vocabulary that has over 3,000 words for consumers to use. And one of the options that we have in there is making a phone script. So when I look at the buttons, the most likely button that I see for a phone is on the second to the bottom row. It's to the right of the right side symbol. If I click on SED, it takes me to a new screen. And if I click on the top row, says cell. If I click on that,
Cell.
it just says the word cell there, and that's really not what I want. So I'm going to click back on the SED button, and then I created a button called Phone Script. And when I click on the button Phone Script, it takes me to a new page to do that. So before we can really get this going and doing this, we need to click on Menu. And we need to say edit page. And then the new screen pops up where it's a red overlay and we can start editing the buttons. But we want to click on menu and we want to say add new button. When we choose that, it gives us the option of how many positions. We can name it. And I named mine phone script. You can call it the same thing or other options. It's up to you. You can edit the background color of the button so that it's red, pink, blue, purple, whichever you like. And notice they have the adjective, noun, pronoun, and verb options for you to choose from as well as for the coloring. And then you can change your button by importing an image and go to the image library. And you can find, well, actually I'm going to go to select an image and then I'm going to type in phone. And these are the options that they gave me. And I decided to go a little retro today. So I used the stand-up phone that has that a Little House on the Prairie hearing device on the side. You know, so that's the phone that I chose today. And I used, so let's go ahead and add that page, create a new one. And then when you do that, you're going to get to a page that looks like this. It's going to be blank with no buttons on there, and that's okay. And so let's make one button on that screen. So we go into menu, edit page, pick a blank page. And I'll just pick my page, a button already made, and I'm going to say edit the button. And so my title for the button label is going to be hello. And then the message that reads out is hello, this is Kevin. And then I chose Kevin selfie. It's me at the office. And then we can make the label on top, bold the text. I want to bold the text. And then you can change the font to different fonts that you want. I chose Arial because it's easier for me to read. And then go through a solid line. You can do a body color. I want to do a different border color. Do I not see a border color? Oh, there it is, solid black. I'm going to go down and I'm going to make mine kind of a tangerine orange today. What the heck? I'm going all crazy today. And then our action for this button is going to be speech message. It's going to speak the message. The grammar there always throws me off. So I'm going to click save. And then I'm going to say done. When I click on done.
Hello, this is Kevin.
It says, hello, this is Kevin. So one of the things we have now, we have a new page that we want to link to, but we don't have a link to it. So right now, we are going to go to our phone page. We're going to click on the button that says said, and then we're going to pick on the phone, and then we're going to click on menu, edit page. We're going to click on the new button that we created on this page for the phone script, and then we're going to say edit this button. Once we get on the edit button screen, we're going to scroll down to the bottom. Am I going too fast? Okay, so
Yes.
I'm going too fast. Okay, I'm sorry. So let me start this over. So we're going to go home. I'm going to go to the home page. I'm at the home page, and I'm going to click on said, which is on the second to bottom row in the middle. And click on that. And I want to connect my phone script page to my phone script button that I put on here. So I'm going to click on the menu button, choose settings. Oh no, excuse me, edit page. Once I do that, my red overlay that says I'm editing the buttons comes up. My next step is trying to find the button that I want to edit and connect to my phone script. So I've already got the button and the script already there, so I'm just going to choose that. And by doing so, I have to edit the button. And once I click the button, I can say edit this button, and then a new screen pops up. And the new screen, when it pops up, I can change my button label. I can increase the button message. Instead of it saying phone script, I can change it to say, this is going to take, this will take me to the phone script link, but it doesn't have to print anything. You can change that option. You find your phone option that you want. You have a bunch of phones in there. So the phone script is looking for phone script. If I had phone in there alone, it would find the icons a little easier. So as I scroll down, I've got the phone that I want selected there. And I want my label to be on top to be consistent with the rest of the buttons on the page. I'm going to bold the text by shifting the button to the right. And then I want the button to be visible. And then I said, so this button here, I'm going to leave all these preferences the same. So it kind of looks the same for all the buttons. But what I need to do here is, at the very bottom, I need to add an action. So if you click on add an action, and then on this screen, there's a bunch of different actions that can take place. The one we're looking for is called navigate. We want to click on navigate, and then we're going to have to, type in phone, and then script at the top in the enter box. And if I choose phone script and say OK, it's going to do that. I already had done that earlier, so I need to remove one of these buttons. I have, because I have 2 navigate phone script buttons on my page. And so I'm going to click on edit. And when I click on edit, I have the option to click on the red circle with a minus sign to remove one of them. And I'm going to remove the bottom one by clicking that circle. And then I'm going to push the word delete. And then I am done editing the buttons. And if I go up to the top, I can push save this button and the preferences that I've set on it. And it's saved. Now that I have saved it, I need to go to the left side column or header where it says done and push done. Now I'm back in my active page and I want to get to my phone script. What I need to do is push that button that we just created, phone script. And when I do that, it jumps to the page called phone script. Does everybody see that okay? Silence means yes. So right now, we can make some buttons on a phone script. What are some of the things that you think consumers would want to talk about or you would want to talk about on a telephone call? Why don't you go ahead and enter 1 or 2 things there? And it doesn't have to be in the same location. So if I have 84 buttons here. If I want to have one section about getting a ride, or a section for movies, or a section to call the doctor, the pharmacy, any place that I want to call mom, dad, you can pick a corner and start your conversation there in that page. This time I'm going to try and copy an existing button, and I'm going to look for the word ride in search. It doesn't have that. See if they have the word transportation. I don't think they have that. So it's good that I'm going to be adding a ride button, right? So I'm going to choose this button for my ride, create a new button, and I'm going to call it ride. But I want to change the button message to So I put in there on my button message, can you give me a ride to, and left it blank. Because it was ride, it automatically gave me a couple options. I don't want riding hood, but you can use this as your image. For me, it's a dump truck that a child would ride on with handlebars to hold you in place, and you use your feet to propel forward. I'm going to choose that option because I think it's cool. And then we want to bold the text. You can, in this option, you can change the colors. So all your colors for a ride are going to be one color. That's what I'm working on. Or you can leave it the way it is. You know, it's your option. So in this case, I just want the button there, and I want to be able to speak, and I'm going to say add. And then it wants us to choose, oh no, I don't need to add because it's already there. I need just to say save. So there's my ride button, and I can put doctor, any other page that I want there. But the script page should be something that helps the individuals communicate a little faster than the screen. Okay. Any questions? Okay, so let's go ahead and take a 6-minute break, and we'll meet back at 10:40. We got a little bit more of the new features to cover and want to have time for that. So let's pause the meeting, and we'll come back at 6:40. So thank you. So if I click on eat, eating,
Eating.
these are the words that I can focus on with the child. So when I go back into the vocabulary editor, come back here to the E's. There we go, sorry, it was there. Chosen the words that I've wanted to eat. And if we can put in some more words, egg, egg roll. We can go through and find more words in that way. So that's one way to do it. And then, or we can click on what they call the quick edit. And so we want to make sure that this box right here is labeled, enable these words. And we want to click on a word, and we can say apple, carrot, Edward, and then save. And then if we click on done, we should be able to see those buttons to get to the apple. Yeah, or we can click on eat again, and vegetable, carrot. So we can help the focus and direct the conversation to the things that we're trying to teach the individual. All right, and that's kind of the method behind the vocabulary builder. And it's a good idea to spend time learning that, and before you do it, I wish I would have spent more time in that as well. So that's one option to do. And then we go to the Dropbox. So you can create your own vocabulary list, and to do a vocabulary builder, we can saving a list. So go to the menu button, choose vocabulary builder, save list, word list file name. So choose a name to save it as, and then file saved successfully, and okay. So let's go into the vocabulary builder. It's kind of fun to say. So touch menu, vocabulary builder. Oh, so that's where we just were, sorry. There's another menu button that I wanted to do. The word finder now. So if we do type something like a carrot into the word finder and push find, it gives us the instructions on how to find it. We want to push the eat button first, then we want to find the vegetable button and carrot. Let's find another word. Let's go for dog. So we got to push the come button. Then there's a button called Pet Farm in blue, and then the word dog. And you can always edit those buttons to put your favorite pet there. Let's see. And so we've got that. And then, so the last thing that I have for you on this application is to do social media on it. So we want to make sure in settings that the social media is turned on, and that is at the bottom, and it's allow social networking there. So I'm going to say I am, and let's see, I don't know where the word is, so I'm just going to do a find, word finder, and I'm going to put in happy. Push on find. So I'm going to click the theater faces button and then happy. So I got to find the button that says feel, and then I find the happy.
Happy. I am happy.
So now I found that message. So now I want to actually send that message to a person. So in the white bar with all the words, I'm going to click on share, and then I'm going to do Teams again, and I'm going to do Scott, because he's my favorite person to pester with these words or these phrases. So I'm sending, it's done. And it'll be the same thing for a tweet or an email. Those can all be done and accessed through the program. One thing that I wanted to mention that I missed yesterday is in settings, you can actually make your bar where it says I am happy up at the top. You can change that in the settings to accommodate for more lines in the setting there. So let's see if we can find that setting. I found it earlier today. Single line cursor, there we go. So that's under the speech display bar, and the number of lines is what we want to choose. And so I can do 4 lines of displayed text on my screen by choosing that. And do you see how it made the words a little smaller and increased the white space or the line space for wrapping words and sentences and paragraphs? So you can see everything you've written to make sure it appears the way you want it. So, and that's in settings. Are there any questions for me?
Hey, Kevin, this is Carl. Just to double check, I watched you go through the settings for the social media. Can you show me again, how do we get the box where we're actually getting into social media? Because I couldn't really see that.
So yeah, you bet, Carl. So what you do is you type your message, what you want to do in social media, however short or long that you want it to be. And then once you do that, see the word happy, there's that white screen to the right. You click and hold on that, and you get the option to copy, paste, or share. If I paste, it's probably going to say I am happy a second time. And then the box option, you choose share.
Perfect. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? All right, so if there aren't any more questions, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the time over to Scott,